think the debut album LP from Groke, pretty sure, was on the Spotify earlier. Looking through the discography of Groke, and yeah, pretty sure this right here, unless there's some kind of underground project from years ago that he's put out that isn't on Spotify or SoundCloud or whatever, then yeah, I think here we have the debut full-length LP from Groke, and very excited for it. I haven't heard any of the tunes except for Nuptial Bower, track 3 here on the LP, as we can see, and I'm just interested basically as to how mad this LP is going to be. Like, I know it's going to be quite an experience. I've seen quite a few people talking about it so far on the Discord and just on Twitter generally, so yeah, I'm excited for it. And I mean, the title in itself, this is actually a take, looking at the opening 2 here, Adam and Eve, it's actually the opening few chapters of the Bible, and, well, as told through a poem by Milton called Paradise Lost, which is actually one of my favourite things that I studied at school. With a title like this for an album, I'm just kind of interested as to how the music might reflect that in some way. I'm not kind of banking on it. I'm not just, thinking it's going to be a complete depiction of the story front to back kind of thing. But, it could. We've got the Adam and Eve at the beginning here. And I'm just, we got the story of fallen angels as well, track 5. So just intrigued as to how this is going to play out, what it's going to sound like. Kicking off here with the opener, track number 1 of 10. Adam's Awakening. Okay, let's go. I'm just going to let it keep going because that transition was beautiful. Chills, pure chills. Wow, what a mad opening little couplet there. It paints a picture and sets the scene very well. There are points in which Paradise Lost, the poem itself, gets quite dark, so I wonder how it will progress from here. But, this opening stage, very accurately, I think, depicting just the joy of that original moment where, nature is kind of flourishing and Adam is indeed awakening, as it were. And you got Eve coming in as well, and just all the animals and stuff, and it's just all kicking off on the nature front. Again, depicted in such an accurate way. Just the colour of it, the floweriness of all the sound usage, and the atmosphere as well. Like, you could feel, it just makes you feel like you're there, in that environment with it all kind of unfurling and unravelling in front of you. Blown away as well on the production front. The arrangement, the use of sounds, and the range of them as well, musicality-wise here, on the melodic front, we've just got a lot going on, and it's all feeling very coherent so far. Track number 3 here, Nuptial Bower. I have heard this one, but yeah, let's hear it again. Let's go. The range of instrumentation is a madness. Just taken aback. Is music that good even legal? I mean, facts. Is it going to blend in? Yes, it is. Let's just keep it going. God, this is incredible music. This is mad. Ooh. Okay. It's just so atmospheric. Do you know what I mean? Like you can feel yourself there. You can feel yourself there in the rainforest, and all the birds and all the bugs and everything just zipping around you and flying everywhere. Nuptial Bower, yeah, I mean, again, the arrangement just off the chart good. And the progression and movement from one section to another, it's just the assembling, I suppose, of sounds and sections into one coherent track. It's just, it's mad. It's like near unparalleled, I think. Really, I think having a kind of hypnotic effect on you almost, which is what we get there for sure. Loads of peaks and troughs, and yeah, loving that one. Loved that one. I've heard it a few times before. Dreaming of Winged Shapes was, I think, you know, the first time here, I think, on the album that we're getting a hint of darkness, a hint of things not going quite right, of getting a bit pear-shaped and you know, going a bit spiraling a little bit out of control. Just a slight hint here, in amidst the uplifting and pleasant material we are getting, that things are about to maybe go a bit awry, a bit pear-shaped. Track 5. The first of a couple of big ones here in the middle. The Story of Fallen Angels. Sharp actually, yeah, quite angled and articulated. It has quite a, just savage in the execution, I think. You know? I will say, of course, that I'm not massive on the snare. just have to say it. Have to keep consistent because I'm not a massive fan of that. It feels a bit tinny, just a bit jarring, a bit grating. But the idea was decent. The idea was decent. Maybe expected something just a bit more. I think, for that drop, considering the build-up, which was just off the chart good, like out of this world, just mad again, the arrangement. Snare is better there, for sure. Sounds better. Different one being used. Slowly winding down now. I mean, where to begin with a track like that? So much going on, so much happens. The holy church choir-like vocal touches that we're getting here laced throughout. You know, we got it a lot at the beginning, created that big introduction that we got it just there again in this extended outro that we're experiencing right now. So we're going to blend into the next track again. Yes, it is. But yeah, just a couple of quick thoughts on that one. Story of Fallen Angels. Yeah, again, loving the vocal aspect of it a lot. The building throughout was very, very good. The arrangement, again, just, I mean, goes without saying by this point, but it's incredible. The drop moments I wasn't massive on. A little bit underwhelming, could have had a little bit more going on. But now gonna enjoy this one as another big behemoth of a track. Quite a tribal feel to this one. I'm liking this section quite a bit actually. Just kind of bounding along. Very regal, very grand, very triumphant feel to it here to finish off. Quarter of the way through maybe. There was that more upbeat section which was good, injected a bit of energy into the track and into the album overall, I would say. Yeah, nice to get a bit of a pace change, which was good. And then we got that again later on. I think it kind of reintroduced, and it all just had a very effortless feel to it, as I was talking about earlier, and which I mentioned earlier. Not, you know, feeling forced or like it was trying too hard in any way. It's just, yeah, just very seamless, and you know, you just, again, that thing of just getting lost in it, lost in the development of it, the progression, the production of it, the arrangement of sounds, feeling like a concept album, which you could have guessed before we got into it, or before anyone gets into it. But yeah, very much feeling that more and more the more I hear it. And that's not just in tying in with Paradise Lost. It's also with the themes that we've got going on here on a sonic level and on a structural level. You know, they're all kind of following a similar, you know, I think the pattern that they're following is that there is no pattern, if you get me. You know, the structure, the idea of structure has very much gone out the window here, and it works so well. Still about 20 minutes to go to get through with the album. But yeah, kicking off here with the title track for the final few. Breaks kind of feel here. This is quite interesting, yeah. Oh, this is the next track. I completely. Ooh. I was so like. That is mad. I didn't even notice it. The next track had come in. That is mad. I do like the beat, but the idea feeling just a little bit like it could do a bit more, just not pushing quite far enough for me. The flow of it is good, just the fact that it is upbeat in amidst most of the other stuff we've got so far, which is quite drawn out and quite epic. This is a welcome change, I would say. I still feel the idea could just do something a bit more. Feels maybe a bit stuck in itself. Could have a little bit more going on for me. The idea, I think, just could have pushed further, could have had something a bit more engaging about it. Just a few more maybe little moments or sparks here and there just to lure you in, make you want to hear it again and again kind of thing, because to me it just feels like a bit of a continuous one note kind of tune. Even though the energy is good, I think, ideas wise it just feels a bit repetitive and a bit not droning on, I wouldn't say that, but it does, there were definitely points there where I was kind of wishing it would wind down maybe a bit quicker. Even though I appreciate the vibe of it, the bop of it in a way, just feeling a bit flat, feeling a bit just not quite pushing far enough invention wise for me. We now have a 10-minute, I don't know what I'm going to call it before we embark upon hearing it. What it's going to be like, I do not know. So there's only one way to find out, and that is by hearing it. So let's go with the penultimate number here, Dies Irae. Fierce, mate. Production, it's just so good. Ooh. 8 minutes to go from here. I really do wonder where it could go from here, because this is good. This is good stuff. Ooh. I mean, that could have been a song in and of itself, I think. Just a short and snappy little 3-minute number or so. Carrying on here, just very intrigued as to where it's going to go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're not even halfway through. Again, the patience in constructing everything here. Very, I think, reflective of just Paradise Lost as a poem, as a story in and of itself. Continuous, free-flowing, and kind of never-ending, which is the feel that track had, I would say. It just felt like a kind of continuous thing of one idea, fading away, and then another one just creeping up behind it, propping it up. The musicality here was particularly good for me in comparison to what we've got previously on the album, where a couple of the melodies have maybe felt maybe just a little bit aimless and directionless and not going in a particular direction or having a specific aim or goal in mind, I wouldn't say, and just maybe being there for the sake of it. Here, it very much made sense, and just the continuous feel of it, just very much adding to that aspect very well. Bits that were quite serious here as well. I think the first drop that we got initially, quite early on, about half a minute in, maybe 45 seconds in, that was maybe my favourite heavy moment of the album so far. It was quite brooding, quite triumphant, and a couple of people have mentioned it already, but the brass element here is just incredible, and it was fully felt in that first drop moment. That kind of track is one that is going to stick out in 2021 for sure in the field of electronic music, and one that I'm excited to be going back to again and again when I can. Here we go with the final number on this album, Our Lingering Parents. More dark and brooding string selection. Little toning down number here, I think. Bit of reflection. Mesmerizing. What the hell? Stunned by what I'm hearing, which is exactly what's happening. Peaceful and calming way to end the LP. Just beautiful, very soothing, and yeah, just I felt very at ease when I heard it. And again, the range of instrumentation. I think my favourite moment was when he brought in those little they were kind of like chime sounds. I think. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but they were kind of twinkly and like ding ding ding, just kind of layered over the top. Very distinct and just proper and true effect on you and impact on you. But it doesn't try to do too much. It's just quite stripped back, quite chilled. And the whole arrangement just has a very relaxed feel to it, and that's exactly what we get here. And that was to close off. But if I'm talking about the album overall, then man, honestly, I think it's just one of those where you have to appreciate it as a whole thing, as a continuous free-flowing experience. You know, we have the transitioning not only within each tune, you know, within each one. I think we get quite a lot of ideas in every single track here, even the shorter ones, you know, the ones that are just 2 minutes long and so. But yeah, it just has a very free-flowing, continuous, stream-like feel to it, this album. And yeah, it just feels like, you know, one of those where you get to the end and you just can't help but think, like, man, what an experience. And it's not just the transitioning that plays a big part in that, I don't think. You know, we also have the range of instrumentation and the production being incredibly on lock here throughout the whole thing. I've said it a lot, but you just get very, very lost in it. There were points here where I hadn't even realised that it had gone from one track to another, which I think just tells you all you need to know. I was in a daze, I was in a dream. There aren't many ideas here, I don't think, to hang on to and remember. It's not for me a special LP on that front, you know. It's not one that I'm like, oh, I remember that moment and I can't wait to hear that bit again. But when it comes to anything regarding the production, the arrangement, the concept kind of appeal that we've got going on here, with it being a bit of a concept album, and the range of instrumentation, on all those fronts, I think this is a truly special LP. You know, we're definitely looking at one of the most ambitious and impressive and forward-thinking LPs or collections or projects of the year so far, and I'm sure it will stand the test of time in that regard as well. Yeah, by no means here, after one listen, I don't think grappled and understood just what effect this album is having on me, and just how much is going on here, the different aspects and factors and whatnot, and can't wait to hear it again. But yeah, definitely do not have all of my rounded and complete thoughts on the album quite yet. This just has to be regarded as one of the standout projects of 2021 in electronic music so far. No question, no doubt. It's quite a feat, this LP, this collection. Not blowing me away, I don't think, on the ideas front, but if you're looking at more from a concept perspective, and the album just trying to kind of tell a story and just provide an atmosphere and be a kind of accurate reflection of the story that is Paradise Lost, then yeah, there is very much succeeded on that front. If you want, again, an experience and you want something to, I think, yeah, be quite taken aback by and wowed by on the production front, and yeah, all the other things I've mentioned so far, arrangement, atmosphere, all those kind of things, then you're definitely going to get that here, because this is just this is quite mesmeric, I would say, in all of those departments. So yeah, again, look forward to hearing it again and having a bit more of a rounded view on the album overall. But that would be my thoughts on that one so far. The debut album from Groke, Paradise Lost. And thank you all very much for tuning in, guys, to this stream.